All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Let's get to it, man. All right. Let's see here. I'm on. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm your host. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm super excited to have you guys with me today. Today, we got a really, really hot topic, surviving Zillow 2024, man. It's going to be a crazy one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wait until a couple of more people get into the space. Right now, put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out with me. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Welcome to the show. Today, I got a hot topic, man. I'm waiting for the homies to pull up, though. Okay. And listen, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. Number one, okay, if you're looking to become a real estate professional, a real estate investor, or a loan officer, we're going to be talking about what that business model looks like in 2024 with all of this stuff going on with Zillow. If those of you who have not heard, there was a National Association of Realtors lawsuit, okay, that had took place, and we're going to be talking about that, okay? All right, so put a 1 in the chat if you guys are a realtor, you're a loan officer, or you're a real estate professional. Okay. And before let me get some people into the space right now, man, because I'm over here alone and unafraid, man. Let me ping some people in the space. Can you ping Ian in here? Okay, so right now I am pinging some of my friends in. Typically we don't do a room this late, but I'm pinging some of my friends in to get some people going into the space. Okay, and then I know Bruno Nascimento is actually supposed to be pulling up as well. Okay, I'm currently pinging my friends in. Let's see here. All right, I don't see any of the homies yet. Okay, so but yeah, let's just go ahead and rock out. Let me make sure that this room is public because I don't see. Let's see. When in real estate, I'm the only person here right now. But anyways, okay, I see you guys that are on the social media platforms. Thank you guys for pulling up. So let me give you guys a brief analysis of what's going on, okay, as we get set up, okay? So essentially what happened is that, National Association of Realtors had a big lawsuit over $1 billion, okay? And essentially what happened is that what was going on is that there was basically like a saying that realtors were price fixing commissions. Okay. All right. It's Sitzer and Burnett case. It was $1 billion case. Right now, NAR is doing a proposed settlement for $418 million. And right now we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen with that scenario. It's kind of weird right now because, looking at everything and seeing what's going on, it's just going to be interesting to see, what's actually going to happen with that lawsuit. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this, and if you guys want to come on and ask any questions or anything, feel free to put your question in the chat. But essentially what's going on with the real estate professionals is there's 3 major changes that are going to go on in the industry, okay? Number 1, realtors are not going to be able to offer a buyer's agent's commission in the MLS. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2. Okay. From now on, Ian, what's going on with this one? I don't see him. Can you mod him up? Okay. Ian, are you here?
Yeah, bro, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm getting feedback though.
You getting a lot of feedback? Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, let me go ahead and rock out real quick while you're talking. I want to make sure that I got you. We're going to have to shut down Clubhouse and come back in and see what's going on, okay? But you rock out, keep going, okay? And then we'll just listen to you talk.
Okay, good deal, everybody. Oh, shoot, I'm still getting all the feedback. I'll do what I can. It's kind of confusing to talk that way.
Okay, guys, and we apologize that you guys you guys can't hear us. So essentially what's going on right now is that with all of this stuff going on, there's just a lot of goofy stuff going on in the industry, man.
We're going to have to discuss today, and we're going to figure out how you as a professional and how you as a team leader are going to navigate these waters so that way you can get to a better situation and ultimately still survive in this profession and still grow and develop and uh, learn how to do this better again the next time, because that's one thing that the real estate market is for sure going to do, is to continue to change over the years. All right, Tony, you still there? Are we about how much longer do you want me to run this thing?
1 second, guys. We got a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're going to continue to rock on for the people that are here, guys. Okay, so
All right, everybody here. I'm trying to see what I can do here to help out. Everybody is, let's see here. I'm trying to find y'all.
you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I got you.
Outstanding. Okay, so appreciate you guys. Okay, so basically, what's going on with this lawsuit? Number one, buyer's agency commission cannot be in the MLS anymore. Okay. Number two, okay, there's going to be a buyer's representation form before you can look at any houses from now on. Anybody buying real estate will have to get someone to sign basically a contract, a buyer's agency agreement contract. Okay. And then number three, the next thing that's going to go on with that scenario is going to be that all of the real estate professionals will have to advertise a buyer's agency's commission outside of the MLS and third party websites. Now, what's kind of weird about that scenario is that this is going to substantially affect veterans. Now, Ian, I want to go over to you. How is this going to affect veterans?
All right. So, the veteran is kind of an at-risk purchaser in this client, but they kind of face a lot of the same obstacles that any other first-time buyer does. Is usually the first-time buyer is coming into a situation where they are just getting started and just getting on their feet, as financially speaking, right? Because this is usually one of the investments that people make whenever they are, looking to advance after they've gotten themselves established.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's going to happen here, though, is that veterans and the first time home buyer are both going to struggle with this one. But I want to show love to the vets, because we want to figure out a way to get this figured out, because the people that are buying these properties, these first time buyers, are at risk of losing money if they don't have representation, right? If you go into a market that you don't know anything about, chances are you might get ripped off, or you might get something that's not the best quality of something, right? No matter what it is, you buy a car, you buy anything, you want to make sure you get good value for the money you're spending. So what are still creating a problem here is that these veterans are just like any other home buyer, but they are like more at risk, really, because they're taught to say yes, to be honest with you. So what we do is we protect veterans. In case anybody's new to the group here, we protect veterans through real estate transactions and real estate education. That's our big thing, because we had a couple people that came through our environment that had unfortunately gone through an not the best real estate experience. So we kind of devoted all the professionals with Anthony's brokerage here at EXP in Southern California. So what we do is we make sure that we educate vets and service members about their entitlements and how they can use these opportunities to succeed and buy real estate. But we've been able to do that because at the end of the day, we are real estate professionals. This is how we pay our bills. But this is our job. You know what I mean? We have to. This is our love. This is our way of income. So with a buyer agency going away, and that cost was typically on the seller, it creates a new problem for veterans in the industry, or veterans in the buying market, because now those fees still need to get paid for, because the buyer needs representation, and that's the biggest, elephant in the room, is that the buyer still needs representation, and that representation costs money. So where's it going to come from is the big question of the day. And how are we going to figure this out so that way the vets don't get left behind?
And that's the part where a lot of people are not going. I'm gonna tell you right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have heard of FHA and VA. Okay, FHA, VA, and let's talk about the fundamental difference, guys. And the reason why we're talking about this stuff is because if you guys are new, first time home, this is going to substantially affect people who cannot put 20% down. Straight up. Okay. So for those of you, let me tell you who I am and what we do. My name is Anthony Glenn, and I have a co-host, Ian Jensen. We're on all social media platforms, and today we're talking about surviving Zillow, being a realtor in 2024. For those of you who want to ask any questions, and we're also going to be talking about, how we're going to combat this stuff and what the real estate industry is going to look like when you guys are looking to either be in the real estate industry, okay? And some of the tips and tricks that's going to make you still viable in this market. Because if you do not listen, check this out. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of Floyd Mayweather. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of Floyd Mayweather. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of Floyd Mayweather. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of Tom Brady. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of Serena Williams. Okay. Muhammad Ali. Okay. Now, are they still champions? The answer is yes. Okay. Champions make adjustments. Now, one of the biggest things that I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you guys are looking and waiting to try to buy real estate, you're going to take an L. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. First time home buyers. Okay. Listen to me. Pay close attention. Ian, can you please be my calculator? Because I want people to understand this. I'm telling you right now, Anthony Glenn right now on the Winning Real Estate Show, if you're waiting to invest in real estate, okay, and you're trying to wait, you're going to make a grave mistake, okay? And I'm going to tell you why, okay? So Ian, the medium home price, I want everybody to put $400,000 in the chat right now, and I want people to understand what's going on in this market, okay? I want you guys to put $450,000. I want everybody to do this because I want to show you guys what you are going to be responsible for as a buyer in 2024, okay? Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this stuff is because if you're not paying attention, every single person put $450,000 in the chat right now. $450,000. $450,000. Put $450,000 in the chat right now. And I'm going to give you guys an example of this is just an example for instructional purposes only, what first-time home buyers will potentially have to come up with on top of, okay, having to put down, do closing cost on top of wanting representation. Okay. Now I want you guys to multiply $450,000 times 2.5%. Okay. Ian, can you be my calculator? Let's do this real quick for the people so they can get this. This is a fundamental example of something that you guys need to see that I don't think that a lot of people that are looking to wait to buy real estate are going to have to worry about, because Ian's going to tell you some of the things that you're going to have to be looking out for as well. So Ian, what is 2.5% of 450,000?
That is $11,250.
Okay, so $11,250. Okay, if you have to invest with or if you want representation after July 2024, okay, you're going to potentially have to compensate agents out of your freaking pocket. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because you definitely want a buyer's agent to represent you, because you don't know what the hell you're doing with investing in real estate. Now, can a person selling a property offer compensation to the actual buyer's agent? Ian, yes or no?
Yes, they can still offer compensation to the buying agent.
Okay, how?
In the contract. They write into it, if there's a cooperating broker, the commission will be X. And that's the current situation of the marketplace right now.
Okay, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because if you're not paying attention, you're going to take an L. And let me tell you the reason why I put the title as Surviving Zillow, okay? Let me tell you a couple of things of what Zillow did, okay? So if you guys didn't know, there's two organizations that are not in this lawsuit, Zillow and Redfin. Redfin and Zillow have partnered up to take real estate professionals out of the industry and make the industry to where you could just go direct to seller, okay, or online investing in real estate. So the real estate agency on its face is in a challenge, okay? So if you're a real estate professional and you're looking to just put a house in the MLS and just cruise out and ride into the sunset, those days are over. So you're going to have to make adjustments. Now, I see some people in the listening lounge, Shannon, Lisa, Noah. I want you guys to come on up, okay, and ask any questions. And for those of you that are on TikTok right now, please raise your hand. Or if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Guys, we're live on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and the whole nine, okay? So who has questions or comments that they would like to propose to the stage? Thank you, Shannon, for coming on up. Welcome to the show. Shannon Henderson.
Hi, Anthony. I'm driving.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Outstanding. Welcome, welcome. What do you think about all of these changes going on in the real estate industry?
It's kind of overwhelming right now. That's why every time you're on, I try to listen, and I gain so much knowledge. But especially around veterans, I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big issue for veterans. And I see a couple of other people in the clubhouse room. Okay, Ian, can you invite them up? Because for some reason, I can't see them. I cannot see Mark or Ice. Lisa, Catherine, Mark, Love, Natalie, Manning, Bam, Elena, LL Love. Can y'all please raise your hand and come on stage because Clubhouse is glitching. I cannot see you guys' profile at all. Okay, so I can't see you guys. So I'm gonna invite you guys up. What's up, Mark? How you doing?
What's good? What's good, brother?
I'm out here trying to win like you, bro.
Trying to win, man. You a winner, dog. What you talking about?
Indeed, you know what I'm saying? Love it, love it, love it, Mark. Can you tell the people who you are and what you do?
Yeah, real briefly, my name is Mark Daves. I'm an entrepreneur based out of Florida. I own a company, Coffee Mobile, where we specialize in recycling electronic devices, meaning we buy, refurb, repair, resell, and reuse. So that's what I do on my day to day. And I come to Tony Glenn and my boy Ian with the beard and Anthony if I need some doggone knowledge about that real estate game. You heard me.
Indeed, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man, for pulling up to the show. Thank you, man, for pulling up. And we'll be on your neck of the woods on Sunday, man. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to get down to Miami, man, but we're gonna be in Miami at GrowthCon. So hopefully you're able to pull up. Let me know if you're gonna be able to do that. What do you think about this stuff going on in the real estate industry from your own perspective?
From my own perspective, a lot of people will probably hate my perspective, but I absolutely love it. I feel like those who are not providing value will be weeded out of the game, and there will be much more smoother, streamlined transactions when you have actual real estate professionals who are not just standing in the way and being a buffer between the the deal inception and the deals coming to fruition, like going to the closing table. And I feel like a lot of deals die because of the people who are in between the deals. So I think it's great. It's wonderful, man. People like you are going to win, but I don't know about the others, brother. Tell you the truth.
That's
I think they might have to be a Walmart greeter, dog. But keep it real. you're gonna be you're gonna be selling $10 shoes, Jack.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. So guys, this is it. This is actually going on as we speak, man. And I think that, if we're not cognizant of what's going on with the people, I'm telling you right now, people are going to be taking L's. Okay. And Ian, what do you think about that?
Repeat that one time, brother. I'm
Yeah, I think
sorry.
you guys got to change with this thing. It's going to be really tricky. It's a whole different sales pitch now because it all. And actually, this is one question I wanted to propose. Like, say I have an agreement with my buyer saying you will pay me, you'll pay me X% of the deal, and do I get paid twice?
Okay. Oh, we got a pretty good show, man. We got a bunch of people up in here now, man. I see you guys coming up on the show. So what was your question now again? Can you ask it again, please?
If I have a buyer representation agreement with my buyer, and so when they close on the house, I'm going to get paid from them. I already have that agreed. They're going to pay it out of closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the listing agent is also offering a buyer's agent commission. Do I get paid twice?
No, I don't think so, bro. I think if it's an error like that, and I think one thing this is kind of where I feel like people are going to be, I kind of feel like this is where it's going to be a gray area right now, because remember that settlement statement, where is the money coming from? Okay. Man, we got a lot going on today, man. The devil is alive. Okay. I got Alexis, I got Anthony here, rocking out with us, man. I think it might be loose. Okay. So guys, I kind of feel like, if we're not able to make sure that, we have, it's got to be tightened up. That's what it is. Okay, and I don't want this crashing down on my head. Sorry, y'all. The system got a little loose. So the question that Ian proposed was, if in the event that there's a that two people are offering commission, what would that look like, right? And can those people get paid twice? So remember, the money is coming from who? Where does the agent commission come from anyway?
On which side now?
Okay,
Because the agent commission is now going forward at buyer's expense.
right. It's a buyer's expense, but what if it's offered, right? So you're just making sure, and that's actually a pretty good question, man. In the event, I understand what you're saying now. So essentially what you're saying is that in the event that the agent is offering, the buyer is offering to compensate commission to the buyer's agent, and there's a commission offered. I think that, in that scenario, right, that's when your character is going to have to kick in, right? So on that settlement statement, remember, I'm pretty sure with the way things are going right now is that we're going to have to be able to see we're going to have to disclose everything, right? So if there's any commission offered, I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to disclose all of that stuff to all of the parties involved. So for me, if I'm not going to want to, as an agent, I definitely am not going to want to, have people being all uncomfortable and stuff, seeing that I'm getting paid twice. You get what I'm saying? I mean, what do you think about that answer? What do you think, Ian?
It's gray area. I mean, there's nothing. The optics are going to be strange for sure. When the different parties of it see like, oh, this person gets twice the payment, but is that's not technically a wrong thing. If there's a so usually if in the future probably if there's going to be a buyer's agent commission, they're trying to incentivize the sale of this property to make it more attractive and more marketed. So if I happen to be the person that came to the table with a willing and capable buyer faster, and that provided value to the seller, did I earn the money?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If I had an opportunity, if I was gonna get reasonable salary from getting compensated, what I would probably do is I would waive my commission from the buyer if the listing agent is offering is offering compensation for my duties. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's a great question. I mean, we need to look into that because that's a way to look at it. But at the same time, and I mean, let's be honest. What does it sound like to you guys on stage? What Ian just asked about? Does
It
it?
does. It sounds greedy. It does. It sounds greedy. But real estate's always been some sort of money oriented for the sales force. The sales force for real estate has always been income oriented. Obviously there's ethics involved, so we're going to put in place that the ethics are not being disturbed here, because I mean that's a different discussion. But in terms of payment, the the incentive for the salesperson has always been a driving factor of the speed of the real estate market. So is substantial compensation a terrible thing? Because there's plenty of people out there that get substantial compensation.
But see, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. This is kind of where I feel like we got in trouble. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Ian that if there's 2 compensations on the table that you should get paid. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe that that's greedy. Okay, I want you guys' take on that. Ice, Shannon, Bam, feel free to jump in. What's your opinion on what Ian is asking?
Yeah, and I'll end it with this. So to preface the whole thing, usually if there's a buyer's agent, there's going to be some sort of incentive for in any. That's the reason why this product is being incentivized, right? There's some sort of specialization or specialized buyer they need, right? Whether it be more investment or it's a unique type of product. Okay, so my basically my thing I'm slapping on the table for discussion is, if there's a buyer's agency commission and with your buyer and the listings offering a buyer's agency commission, you are entitled to both because you brought to the table a qualified buyer to a listing that was incentivizing a faster sale. Okay, so there you go. That's the discussion. Who wants to pop up?
Okay, what do you guys think about this? Okay, so does anybody want to answer? I see some people in the listening lounge. And let me do a quick room reset. Welcome to the show. You guys are in the Winning Real Estate Show. Left, right, left, keep moving. I see you just joined. What's up, brother? I am live on all social media platforms. This is a Winning Real Estate Show. We do these rooms every Tuesdays and Thursdays between 9:30 and 9:45, depending on how the equipment is working. And guys, we're trying this multiple live scenario. Special shout out. Can I get a fire emoji in the chat for my people that are on Instagram? And then can I get a fire emoji? Can y'all tweet a fire emoji for those of you that are on X Spaces or Twitter Spaces also? And then can I get a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are on Clubhouse? Because guys, I'm all over the place right now. I got screens all in my face. I got a camera that almost fell on my head. Hey, I'm trying to get, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this information out to you guys, because right now the champion responds to change. Okay. The winner reacts to change. There's a fundamental difference. Okay. And then we're going to go back to Ian's question. Okay. So what now, do you believe that a buyer's agent should be entitled to two compensation, one from the buyer and one from the listing agent? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe yes. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe no. The mic is open. Who's on stage who wants to jump in? Okay, Catherine, I see you put a 2 in the chat. Come on up, Catherine. I'm going to invite you to speak. I want you to speak on stage and tell us why not. Okay, and thank you for coming to the show.
Hello, everyone. I mean, how are you? Two sounds a bit much, but I guess it depends on what the percentage is, right? Because it's like you're almost double dipping. You're taking from one side and the other, so shouldn't you just do one side?
I believe
Um,
I'm in alignment with you on that one.
Okay, it said, okay, I'll end it with this though. But if you're selling if I was, for instance, somebody I know has a very, very custom vehicle, right? It's a highly specialized $200,000 vehicle that drives in the sand dunes. Really, really, it's a monster in the sand dunes, right? Highly specialized, $200,000. That person, when he sold it, got a 10% commission.
Mm-hmm.
That is a highly specialized product that wanted, and the person wanted it to sell fast. So if there's an agreement in place and that person got their money converted and everybody agrees to it, I don't think there's any legality problem there.
Nina, you got to mute your mic, please. Nina? Oh, there you go. All right, got you. I'm going to come to you. She's on TikTok. And she has a question. And I see Miss Roche. Roche, you owe me a call, by the way, on what do you call it? Instagram. Okay. So I know we got to have a conversation so we can talk to you about what we're doing. Okay. So Ian, man, I don't believe that it matters, bro. Okay. I mean, it's a good argument, but at the end of the day, don't you think this is why we got into this lawsuit right now?
Not at all. Not at all, because I don't think there's anything greedy involved with this thing. I think it's just the fact of a sales force being motivated by a payment. And I don't think that's anything that's unreal to any particular industry at all. You know, a successful sales force, it needs to have, a commission. It's commission motivated. There's a chance to make good money. And if I'm not saying like if every deal comes down that way, is that a wrong thing for somebody who is completing the process, which is, facilitating, finding a buyer for a seller? That's a $500,000 transaction. That's creating $500,000 for somebody. You're bringing somebody in. So, I mean, is that worth the commission to have that process done as quickly as possible?
But let me ask you this question though, Ian, and then we're going to pass the mic around. Okay. So, who is the buyer? Is the buyer working for the commission? The buyer's agent working for the commission? Is the buyer? We gotta keep in mind who we're representing, right?
Yes. And
hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
You got to keep the buyer at the center of the deal. And I believe that this is where we're agents. I believe this is what got us into where we're at today. The problem is that people, looking at everything and how everything was going, I believe that people were more focusing on the commission versus the people. And right now you have people price fixing commissions, and that's why this lawsuit happened in the first place. Okay, and Nina, I'm coming to you next on TikTok. Okay, so here's what I say when you're saying, okay, think about it. Okay, I come to you, you're the seller. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to work this scenario out. I am the seller. Okay, I come to Ian. Ian is the seller. He's selling his property. He's offering a commission of $10,000 for me to bring a buyer. Okay, so I already know I'm getting $10,000. The new rule that's in place, so you guys know, for those of you that are first-time home buyers are looking to invest in real estate, the new rule is that compensation cannot be advertised in the MLS. So now there's a second side to the commission, to where the buyer has already entered into an agreement that they're going to pay me another $10,000 for me representing them. Now, that's what Ian is talking about. I personally believe that if there's the compensation or the buyer's agency agreement, this might be a loophole, Ian, that we might need to talk about, that we could say in the event, I think you will have the ability to waive the, it can come from A or B. I'm pretty sure that other people are going to start getting wind of that. And if they are offering a commission, then you shouldn't be charging the buyer an additional 10 grand. Fair and reasonable pricing. But I mean, this is a really good topic, by the way. Okay. Now let me go over to Miss Nina. Nina, welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. What's your question? How can we help you win?
Hi, I'm in the process of buying, so it's under conditional approval.
Okay.
So how do you know like when it's actually like secure, like you're clear to close?
Okay, so that's a great question. So you're actually in where are you buying your property at?
In New Jersey.
Are you already have the property picked out? You already put your deposit? How far are you along in the contract?
So I just put the deposit down.
Okay.
And the earnest money deposit.
That's an easy one. Okay, so can I give you some advice? Can I give you some advice, Nina?
Yes.
Is this your first home?
Yes.
Okay. You need to be blasting your real estate agent and your loan officer up, because if you have to come on to Clubhouse and ask these questions, or TikTok, that person is not doing their job. That's what they're getting compensated for. Okay. And the only reason why I'm telling you this is because basically I'll answer the question, but I kind of feel like, if you got to ask these questions, conditional approval basically means that, okay, they submitted your paperwork. You have to meet certain conditions in order for the loan to be closed. A conditional approval might mean you might need to support send in more documentation. It could mean that you need to provide documentation of your reserves. It could be meaning that in order for you to be fully approved, you have to check off these conditions from the underwriter. And an underwriter is a person that is looking at the loan documents and all of your paperwork to make sure that you're in compliance with title. And the title rep is the one that's clearing the file to make sure that the property is transferred adequately. So usually when they say conditional approval, that means that they have approved you, and then they're going to ask you for some more stuff in order to close the deal. Did I answer your question?
Yes, I just want to, because they had a deal that had fell through. So I want to know, like, what was, you get what I'm saying?
You'll never know.
I was a backup. Oh, okay.
You'll never know. You'll never know. So I know what you're feeling like. I want to know if it was a dead person in the house or something. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you're like, why the hell they cancel, man? Is the roof gonna fall in? You know what I'm saying? Right? But you're fine. Okay, now I'm gonna ask Ian, or let's give her some advice, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to give her some advice in regard to her. So first and foremost, we're gonna put a heart emoji in the chat also for saying congratulations on committing yourself to buying your first property. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, congratulations for committing yourself to doing that, because I know it's a big deal. But hey, let's pour into her cup since she's on here. And right now, guess what? You have an audience of around 100 people that are across all social media platforms. And we're going to pour into you today on some of the things that you should be looking out for. Donovan, request to come up so you can rock out with me on TikTok. And for those of you that are on TikTok, man, make sure you follow Donovan. He's a part of our team. And Felicia said, congratulations. We got a couple of other people in the chat that said congratulations as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mark Days, Bam, and a couple of other people said congratulations. So let's give her some tips. Ian, we'll start with you, and then anybody else want to give her some tips in regard to investing in her first piece of real estate. She's in New Jersey. What is the purchase price of the property, if you don't mind us asking?
It's 180.
Okay, 180. So that's a condo, right?
Yep. How you know?
Okay. Well, New Jersey, man, you know, I mean, but it doesn't matter what the value of the property is. It's your first step. And I want to be clear to you guys, when you guys are investing in real estate, it does not matter what your first property is, man. Anthony Glenn II right here. I can look y'all right in the camera and tell y'all I slept on the freaking floor in my first house for 7 months, a mattress on the floor when I bought my first property. Okay. All right, because I was a broke ass Marine. I didn't have any money, but I knew I was doing the right thing. So shout out to you for rocking out with us today. So Ian, let's pour into her. What are some of the things that she should look out for a condo?
Condo is, you always got to look for the HOA, and but you'll find that out after you get into escrow with all right. So like you said, you gotta get anything you can. But in some cases, you want to make sure that like the HOA is spending money. All right. So if you walk around and that place looks like it's being well taken care of, that's usually the sign of a healthy HOA. If you're all up to it and it's run down looking, the paint's crazy, you know what I mean? The what's the word? The equipment you can see, like the HVAC is all dripping and nasty. You know, it all depends on if you walk around, if the you know, things are swept, all that stuff painted. That's usually a good indicator of a healthy HOA, and that'll help you with resale in the future, because what it does is it keeps the property looking nice. So when somebody comes in there, they have a positive outlook on the house the second they walk into the community.
And Ian, can you do me a favor? Can you also pin can you do me a favor and pin the
YouTube?
last YouTube that we just did? Okay, because I want to pin that up there. Guys, my kids was on the YouTube channel the other day. They did a whole hour on the show, and I want you guys to check that out. And on TikTok, I'll share that with you guys. Now, let's talk about these things. Felicia, you can come up and ask any questions. So number one, okay, what is the HOA fee? Do you know that? Has that been disclosed to you? How much?
Oh, it's 280.
Okay, 280. Okay, so the rule of thumb, just so you know, and for those of you that are listening, homeowners association fees, these are the things I always tell people to look out for. Number one, make sure it's a healthy HOA. Okay, those documents are going to get to you. You want to ask that real estate professional for you to look over the CC&Rs, all the rules and regulations for. You got a pen? I want to make sure, because I got to drop these chicken nuggets fast. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, you're going to see what the HOA covers. Okay. Number three, you want to make sure the HOA has good parking. Okay, because condos always has parking problems. This is something, you might love the house, but I'm telling you, when you get into an HOA right now, you want to know, okay, go drive by there around on the weekend, okay, and then drive by there after 6 o'clock, and then see where people are parking at, okay? And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people overlook that, because condos, there's always a problem with parking. And then another thing that I would say is you definitely want to get a home inspection and make sure you check the plumbing, heating, air, electrical, foundation, and roof, and get the maintenance schedule of the HOA. That all has to be disclosed. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because HOAs are similar depending on if it's a townhouse or a condo. Condominiums typically have a big plumbing line, and if there's a lot of people complaining about the plumbing, when the home inspector does the checks of plumbing, heating, air, electrical, foundation, and roof, then it could be lead to other issues. But typically, condos are not bad, but you just want to make sure, what does the HOA govern, and then what type of maintenance schedule for the general community has been done, or if there's any lawsuits or litigations. Because if you buy a condo and it's not FHA or VA approved, that means that you're going to have a hard time selling it in the event that you move out, because you're basically eliminating government backed loans for being able to buy that property. So
Oh,
make
I
sure.
have a VA loan.
Oh, look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. You got your VA loan. Okay. All right. So get what branch of service?
It's Marines.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? From the halls of Montezuma to the shore. You better be standing up, sister. All right. Okay. So shout out to you, and make sure you keep pulling up. Okay. And then you sent me a message. I think I owe you a phone call, right?
No, I don't think so. I just followed you like a couple days ago when I saw you on.
Okay, magnificent. Thank you for your service. Does anybody else want to add any value to HOAs that I did not cover? Anybody want to add anything else? Okay, outstanding. Okay, all right.
One thing I can kind of just consider. So HOAs aren't a bad thing. They do have a bad reputation. I'm not going to lie. Because everyone always thinks, oh, that's an extra $200. It's an extra $400. So yeah, that money is an additional cost. You have to budget into your monthly payment. All right. So what makes up your monthly payment for anybody who's new at this is the principal, like paying back the bank, the interest, what it's costing you to borrow the money, the taxes on that property, because Uncle Sam's going to get his insurance, because your bank wants to make sure that if it burns down, they're getting their money back, and then HOA fees. All right, so so that's why if a $500,000 condo and a $500,000 house are going to have a different payment.
Mhm.
Okay, but you want to, if that's all you can buy, go and get it. It's a great chance. People love condos. It's a great starting product for a lot of families. And what's really good about it is some of these places have amenities built into it. And that's one thing, if you need to do your budget, calculate into your fees what those amenities can offer. So if you have a gym membership and it's $100 a month, but there's a gym at your HOA, you can cancel the gym membership and you're still doing good. And then in reality, your HOA payment's only it's $100 less now. So it's not a bad thing. HOAs can be in condos or they can be in single family residences also. Same rules, there's every HOA is different. They all have different rules that apply. But if they have amenities that they offer for the people that live there, calculate into your day to day if you're on the verge of making the decision or not.
And that's good. And here's another rule of thumb I'm gonna give you guys. And I want you guys to put this in the chat right now. And I got a couple of questions. I see Donovan is on. Bro, you on both platforms. Donovan, I was about to bring you up on TikTok. So come back over here so I can introduce you, okay?
Thank you so much for the advice.
Absolutely. Okay. And make sure you, if you guys want more information, okay, I would like for you guys, we're going to put a number in the chat so you guys can reach out to us and get on our calendar if you have questions about real estate. It says, how can I use the VA loan? I want to buy a home in Africa. Unfortunately, hey, the VA loan, you cannot use the VA loan outside of the United States. However, you can use the VA loan to do a cash out refinance for a down payment on a property outside of the US. Okay. So that's a great question. It says, how can I use the VA loan? Do I have to buy a house in America and use the collateral? Okay. So yes. So you can, one of the biggest things with buying out of the country is that, when you're buying out of the country, when you're buying real estate outside of the country, you just have to be extremely careful because remember, when you're buying, property internationally, how are you going to hold people accountable for moving into your property? You better know a local person. Okay. So if you guys are looking to invest outside of the country, you better know somebody and then also understand that their rules are not governed by the United States rules. For example, I invested in a piece of real estate many years ago. I don't want to talk about where it was at because I don't want to insult anyone's, area. But, I got into an investment property. It was a great property. I ended up partnering with somebody. I was the financial backer of it, majority of the money. And then, I had family members that were in there when I wasn't there and we wasn't making any money. And then when I went over there unannounced, there were people in there hanging out. So you just got to be careful when you're investing internationally. Okay. All right. So are there any questions or comments that you guys would like to ask? It says, what is your opinion about starting in syndication as someone is transitioning into real estate? Don Pappy. Okay. That's a great question. Ian, do you want to talk about what syndication is? And then I'm going to go to Ice for a quick introduction.
Yeah, can't wait to hear from Mr. Ice. Love hearing your talks there. All right, so check it out. Syndication. So what this is it's a big group of people that basically throw all their money in a bag and then go out and buy real estate, and you get a return from from the profits, right? So if everybody puts in $1 and there's 100 people, and I take the $100 and turn it into $200, I'll give everybody back their dollar, and then we'll do it again. We'll take that $100 back and go buy another $100 again. Okay. So the way it boils down to is that it's actually a really good way to invest, but you got to be really careful. All right. So it's almost like it works a lot like kind of like the stock market, right? You give a company money, the company uses the money to grow it, you get a return on the growth. So there's a lot of these funds out there now. A lot of people are starting capital funds. A lot of people are the formerly dial up Nigerian prince kind of schemes. All right, so be really careful about who you do business with. A lot of these this is what's called private equity. Private equity. There's been a lot of very, very successful people that made money in private equity, but it's very vague because what it is you're just putting your money in a small group of people. That small group of people is then investing the money. So there are some really big outfits out there, like Grant Cardone, our newest business partner. He has his Cardone Capital Fund. That Cardone Capital Fund's a pretty good thing. I'm not going to pitch it right now because I don't know the product, but check it out. At least the brand, if nothing else. All right, but what it does is like say I'm going to give another scenario as far as money. So say I have a capital fund and me and Tony are really tight, and he's a successful guy, but he doesn't really have time to. He wants to invest in real estate specifically, because with real estate, specific investment into real estate, you get tax deductions, you get cash flow, and you have equity growth, which you do not get in other asset classes. So that's why these capital funds, like I'm talking about, focus on real estate. There's different types of these. There's like technology capital funds, if you want to make a new microchip or whatever. But in real estate specifically, that's what these type of investors want to do. So what they do is they take all their money. Say Tony's a successful guy. He's like, hey man, I got $100,000 kick it in my bank account. I want to spend it, or I got $100,000 in my house. It's not doing anything. I can afford the new mortgage payment, but I want to invest this $100,000 into real estate, and I don't want to deal with tenants. Cool, man. I got you. All right, take the $100,000, and then I use it for a while, right? I do the same thing. I leverage it. I take his $100,000, I borrow and buy $500,000 worth of real estate, and then every month I cut him a check on his return. And then if I ever refinance that piece of property, I give him his money back, and he still keeps getting his checks in return. Okay, so capital funds and syndications can be very profitable, but man, do your due diligence before you send somebody your money.
Yeah, you can get your lunch money taken in syndication, man. And then typically when you're into syndication, there's something called general partner. Everybody put this in the chat: general partner and then limited partner. I want y'all to put LP and GP in the chat. LP, I want everybody to do this because if we're going to talk about it, we want to break it down for you guys. LP and GP, okay? LP, GP, LP, GP. Put it in the chat, please. LP, GP. Okay, and CD Legacy, I see your question that you have in the chat. I will answer that here shortly. Okay, LP means limited partner. Limited partnership essentially means that you are limited in what you do on a day-to-day basis. That's how syndications work. You give your money to a limited partner. You are a limited partner in a general partnership. The general partner controls the money. They have the liability. The pros and cons to both is that you put your money in, you don't control the asset, but you benefit from investing. GP means that you're a general partner. That means that you control the asset, the piece of real estate, and that you're liable for that. And then you have complete control over everything. And then what people typically do is they will form a corporate structure. They'll form an account, and then they will do distributions from the revenue they get on the return. So when you guys are doing limited partners and general partnerships, just make sure that you got a tight. I would definitely make sure that, for one, you are investing with somebody who has the experience and they have the receipts of doing this. And it's not a bad investment thing, but you don't get the same tax benefits either from being a limited partner and doing real estate. Okay. That person owning that property gets all of the tax advantages for investing in that product, while you get the revenue share, but you don't get the same amount of tax incentives for actually owning the the property. Okay. Now, I got another question. Okay. So does anybody have any questions or comments on stage that they would like to propose while we're rocking out? Going once, going twice. All right. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I am your host, Anthony Glenn. Shout out to all of the moderators that are on stage today. Really appreciate you guys pulling up. If you guys have any questions or comments that you guys would like to propose, put your question in the chat. Shout out to the 60 people that are on the show right now. If you guys have any questions that you would like to propose to us, let us know. If you guys want to get on a calendar, Ian, can you get the number? Because I always forget the new number. We got a new number, man, and I be using the wrong number. If you guys want to get on a quick consultation call with us, I will be posting that number in the chat so you can ask any real estate questions that you want to ask, or you can get on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook by following us on anthonysocial.com. Again, that's Anthony, ANTHONY, social.com. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, you'll see Ian, Bruno, myself, and on the YouTube. So if you're on the link, please click the link above my head and get on the SITREP YouTube channel. Now, it says right here, what are the pros and cons to mobile homes? That question is from CD. Okay, does anybody want to take that on? And ice flash your mic because I'm coming to you next. Mobile homes.
Okay, so I
Pros
can
and
talk
cons to
about
mobile
this.
homes.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Jump in, Bruno.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, no, so I think the biggest pros and cons, man, or the biggest pro, I would say, is the fact that they tend to be better priced, right? So it's a lower barrier of entry, so to speak, right? It's costs less, right? But a lot of times for mobile homes, not all lenders will touch it, right? So you have to have a specific lender that actually deals with that, and the down payments may be a little bit higher. So the standard, conventional 3 to 5%, or FHA 3.5. For mobile homes, you can expect it to be a little bit higher than that. And then, but a con, right, that I have that I would say is the fact that that property doesn't appreciate at the same rate as something that's fixed, right? So that's kind of where I'll tee it off there and pass it off to Ian.
And let me say this real quick, guys. What is the first part of that? What kind of home is it?
Mobile.
Mobile. That means it's movable. Okay. Mobile homes have something called a VIN number. Okay. If it doesn't run with the land, typically you cannot finance it unless it's permanently attached to the land. It has to run with the land. So if you see a house that's like 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, with a above ground pool, okay, and the HOA is like $600, okay. You probably could put rims on it. All right. It's a mobile home. All right. And it's not, you can't finance a mobile home with traditional financing. Okay. It has to run with the land. That means that it has to be permanently attached to the land in order for you to finance it. Can you finance mobile homes? Yes, but it has to be affixed to the land. It has to be a permanent. Can anybody tell me why? Why that rule is in place? I can't.
Because the bank says so. That's why. Because if you can move that thing, that's the major piece of value on that property, right? So the value in the land is one thing. You can't steal the land, but so the bank wants to make sure that you can't walk away with an asset that they have money on.
Okay. Is that Otis that's on the stage or?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, bro? I can't see you for some reason, man. I think you're too Mexican, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you tell the people who you are and what you do?
I'm a full-time real estate investor, man. All things real estate. That's me in a nutshell.
Indeed, man. So in a nutshell, can you tell me what how you feel about the lawsuit? Like, what do you think can you give me like 3 or 4 if you was going to give somebody advice, because I know you're a broker, can you give, if you was going to give people getting into the industry, what advice would you give them today?
Well, I'd probably tell them to focus on being on the listing side, just because you can do more of those at one time. But it's really just disclose, disclose, disclose. I would look at how it was before compared to how it's going to be now in the future and make sure your documentation is in order. I'd also tell them to make sure you understand your value, because regardless of what, know what you'll work for. And I wouldn't really budge on that. So, and then you can navigate the rest of the stuff, man. But it's not as complicated as many people think.
I agree with that. Now, and Bruno, what do you think? If you were going to tell somebody that's getting into the real estate industry in 2024, what advice would you give them?
Just get to know your market. You know what I mean? I think get a good put your finger on the pulse to really understand the market and trends, or the trends in the market for your local area. I think that real estate's sexy. It's cool. Everyone wants to do it, especially now, right? It's what's on TikTok. It's what everyone's talking about. But people are getting over their heads, right? So I would just say, just get something, let it appreciate, right? Understand the game. It's a long, it's a long term thing, right? The get rich quick schemes and stuff like that, it's not in real estate, right? So even when I think a lot of people kind of got turned on by the by the HGTV era of the fix and flips and stuff like that. That's there's money in that specific you know area, but it's not what you think. So just kind of figure out the trend within your market, and I think it's a pretty good place to start there.
Here's what I'm going to rock out and say. Okay, uh, number one, you need to become the best known agent for the local area. This is something that I'm going to tell you guys. Had a call. Did I miss the mobile home talk? Yeah, CD man, we just went through that. CD, you missed it. Okay, you're gonna have to go back and listen to the replays, and we'll post our link in the chat. Okay, and then I'm gonna invite, try to make the SITREP as a co-host. Let's see here. So here's what I'm gonna say for you guys that are listening. For you guys, listen to me, man. Stop doing content. You're gonna have to run your real estate business like a business. Step one, incorporate your business. Okay. Step two, you're gonna have to know how to present your value. Step three, you're going to have to know how to negotiate what the buyer's agents are going to, the buyers are going to have to be able to compensate you. If you don't know how to tell, the reason why people do not pay is because of the lack of value. I will not pay for something unless I see I can use it. So just think about this. Write down 4 or 5 things of why people need to use you as a real estate professional. Okay. Step 4, you need to become the best known agent in your local area. Okay. Become the best known agent in your local area. What are some of the ways that I could become the best known agent in the local area? I see you, Chris. I got you, Chris. Chris said he wants us to write it down. Okay.
How big of a local area are you starting? Are you starting neighborhood, community, city?
What are some of the ways that you would suggest that you become known in your local area?
Postcard campaign.
Bingo. Something very easy. I knew Otis was going to come in with the old school. Simple mailers, man. Like a postcard campaign, but do it on steroids, okay? Send out postcard. You can't just send one out. You have to send multiple ones out. I'm going to do something a little bit different, guys. Check this out. Now, can we do a little bit of role play?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Otis is going to be a homeowner, and I'm going to be a real estate professional, and I'm gonna go to his property. Ding ding.
Who is it?
Hey Otis, this is Anthony, and I'm doing a garage cleanup. Do you have any things that you would like to get rid of in your garage? I'm a local agent in the area, and I have an open house in the area on Friday. And then the Salvation Army is going to be driving in the neighborhood to see if there's some stuff that you want to get rid of.
Absolutely. I got a bunch of clothes and all types of stuff. What's it going to cost me?
Zero.
Okay. Well, yeah. Do I need bags? How do I put it out?
What you're going to do is you have to put out, it says that they'll allow you to put 4 items, nothing bigger than a microwave out, and then the Salvation Army will be coming to pick it up. So if you got a box of clothes that you want to put out or something like that, I will drop off boxes, okay, for the property after my open house.
Oh, that'll work. Where's your open house?
My open house is at 1234 M Street. Bruno is Bruno in the neighbor. He's moving. He's getting PCS to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and he's selling his property.
What's he selling it for?
You gonna have to come on by.
Okay. What time is it?
The open house is at 9:30 to 3:30.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna stop by, man. I appreciate the help.
Now, what did I just do, guys? I want you guys to unpack that conversation that I just had. What did you guys pick up from that conversation?
Well, one, you're utilizing a service that already exists, so it's not costing you a bunch more overhead to be able to provide the Salvation Army service. So that's one.
Mm-hmm. I'm providing help. I'm helping him. Tina, that's correct. Tina, are you on stage right now? Okay, so this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. I didn't ask him if he wanted to sell his house. Okay, all I did is call the Salvation Army. I'm doing an open house in the neighborhood, and now he knows who I am. So when I come back with branded boxes, and then I'm going to drop off a CMA and let him know what his house is worth. Now I'm becoming the best known agent because I get to go through the neighborhood. I'm door knocking. Now I'm door knocking with help. These are the type of things that you guys could do to get known. Another way is to do community outreach. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen people with community centers in their neighborhood. What are some of the things that I could do at a community center, Bruno? Bruno, go ahead, Ian, jump in.
All right. So one thing about community centers that's a really important feature that Tony's talking about here is that they have to know who you are for one thing. You know, you have to be a familiar face around the town that helps out enough. So, but on the other hand too, they have to want to do business with you. So if you have to kind of watch your reputation for sure. But if you have a reputation as somebody who's being like giving and productive and in place when all these people are around, you know, you'll start to build conversations. You know, if like, heck, who's ever volunteered at some kind of like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that, when all of a sudden you got to put out the chairs and then you're just kind of like kicking it with some of the other people while you're there. Like you get a chance to talk to people, they get a chance to see you. You're not like, you know, assaulting them at their house, you know, door knocking. You know, you just meet it in conversation. There's a lot of opportunity you can get with, especially if you meet people that organize these things, because the higher up you can get on the pecking order of these people, they know more people and they're more connected, because the people connection is what's going to make you the most money on here, because they will recommend you. And if that person has authenticity and they recommend you, you get some sort of, you know, people always want to use the reference from somebody they know versus some kind of media they get, you know, blasted with from day to day.
And that's a good point. So at community centers, if I have a client that lives in that community, why not and there's 300 houses in that community, why not advertise through the HOA for Easter egg hunt? So now people bring their little badass kids, and then you get a group of people, maybe partner up with some local areas, maybe a restaurant or something like that wants to sponsor it, and you get some eggs, and then you put some candy in there, okay? And then you put, you know, $100, Easter egg hunt. There's $100 in secret eggs at the East. Man, listen, people will bring their kids out because people are greedy, okay?
Oh, just put $100 in ones. Save the
That's what I'm
dentist.
talking about. Yeah. Put $100 in ones and random Easter eggs. And then now you do an Easter egg hunt. You partner with the loan officer and you partner with the title people. And then you guys split the stuff. So now you want to say, hey, do you want to sponsor the Easter egg? And then now you call the local news station and you do it every year. And then you give away, you get like a little trophy for the best Easter egg, the Easter bunny costume. So now what am I doing? I'm becoming the best known real estate agent in the local area. That's going to lead to more what? Listings. But see, most real estate agents can't think outside of the box because everybody's doing the same thing. You can't think outside of the box if you keep putting yourself in one. What do you guys think about these strategies? Anybody want to jump in?
Hey
Because
Tony,
look, man,
hey guys, this is Donovan. That's actually a great thing. I know one of the things that I'm doing is I'm actually doing a entrepreneurial expo, and I have like small businesses and entrepreneurs coming out and kind of learning but having opportunity for the community to come out to actually see some of these small businesses that they normally don't see. So it's actually getting the business owners out there and it's giving them opportunity to meet the public, right, and vice versa for the public to meet them. And it's also I'm bringing some people out to have conversations about how to scale their business, how to start an LLC, how to basically be able to make different moves within the community. So again, it's just being an asset to the community, showing that you're there, showing your face, putting your name on something, but also just providing a service that probably wasn't there before, and really kind of like you said, setting yourself apart from every other realtor.
And that's a really, really good one because see, think about it. Why not, and you gave me another idea. Why not do a veteran owned business expo? Hey, come highlight your business. 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103. We got 50 spaces. And then if you guys want to set up a booth, now they can rent a booth and then present their small businesses. Now you have, if your niche is VA loans, you got 100 people that register. Look, I'm going to tell y'all something. We do a backpack drive every single year, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. We get probably at least 400 people registered for that event every single year. We don't even have to do a lot of advertising for it, but we get their data because what do they have to do? Name, phone number, and email address. So now we get to drip on those people. So these are some of the things. Sometimes I'm going to tell you, you don't have enough. You cannot do the same thing and expect different results, guys, going into this new year. So just make sure that you guys are making changes to the industry. Okay. And then I'm going to do a quick room reset. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show, Surviving Being a Realtor. We're not going to keep the room open. I just wanted to come in and drop this room. Ian, Bruno, myself, and a couple of other realtors, we will be coming on here to do another show. Okay. And along with Donovan. Okay. Shout out to Donovan and Otis. They just became, we just started working together on some big things. We got some special announcements coming up. And then we got a digital VA loan masterclass. It's going to be this Saturday, hosted by Bruno, Ian, and Albert. They're going to be kicking that show coming up this Saturday. So if you guys want more information about that, okay, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Again, text VA loan to 760-385-8211, and we'll make sure that we get you that link. What are some of the upfront costs of starting into real estate before you see any sales happen typically? Okay, great question. And then we'll end with that question. Okay, number one, getting your admin stuff. So you're gonna have to buy signs, business cards. It's the two things. And you're gonna have to get your license. I would probably say you're gonna need around $1,500 to get started, somewhere around there, with your business cards and your signs. Okay, but I suggest adding, if you're gonna become a realtor and you're getting into that game, I suggest getting a limited liability company also. So I got to shut down the room, guys, because I got a very important call. So make sure you guys rock out with us. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Winning Real Estate. Again, if you guys want to follow us on all social media platforms, anthonysocial.com, go there. And then, guys, listen, we will be doing a show coming up to a theater near you, okay? This Saturday, we have a VA Loan Masterclass taking place by with Ian, Bruno, and Albert. We'll send that link. And guys, anthonysocial.com, if you guys want more information or have questions, you can find us there on all of the social media platforms. And then again, if you guys want to get on a one-on-one consultation call, text WIN to 760-385-8211. Again, the number is 760-385-8211. If you guys shoot us a text message, we'll hop on a call with you guys. All right, guys, this has been an amazing room. We'll talk to you guys soon.